Shalom, shalom, family. I'm your moray today, Elder Netanyahu. Welcome to YaHUH Commonwealth Ministries, where we are Bible teaching ministry, line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little, to get the understanding of the Kodesh Ruach. As always, let's give praise to the mighty Creator, who is in spirit, whose name is YaHUah, who is the father of Abraham, the father of Isaac, and the father of Jacob. And shalom to everyone in the name of Yahushua, our ordained king and priest in the heavens and the earth, to redeem and reconcile us back to Father Yahuwah. HalaluYAH, HalaluYAH, HalaluYAH. Elder families, I want to show you 3 pieces of information. And this is going to be up to you to discern between what you think is the right way in order for you to find the straight and narrow path to the Creator and in the right pronunciation of His name. That's going to always be a big topic until, I guess, the high priest comes back and put all things in order, which people use it as an excuse. Well, we don't know what the real name is, so we're just going to use a substitute name now that we got in our religious doctrines or customs. Well, that's not good enough, family, because that's just more deception. In order to purify ourselves to move to the straight and narrow gate of the kingdom of Yahuwah, we got to come and draw a line in the sand, because the Father has already drawn a line in the sand, family. So here is, if you have a good King James Version, or King James Version, in Psalms, the 119th chapter, that presents the alphabet or the alphabets or the 22 characters of what we know as the Hebrew writing. This one, I'm going to show you a modern day version, and I'm going to show you the paleo version. And then I'm going to go into where the so-called scholars are giving you the whole spiel of the charts. But then you need to pay attention to still the errors in what they're giving us in order to misrepresent the name of the Creator, whose name that I know, understand, and believe, and I trust in is Yahuwah. So family, check this out. Here's our first piece of information, right? Now, here is my King James Version, right? And the first Aleph character is this character here. Looks like an N, but it is pronounced as Aleph for the A sound. And then you have the next character to the word Beth. And these are words that telling you how to pronounce the character, right? So when you go Aleph, Beth is basically alphabet translated today, right? So today you have alphabet coming out of the Greek, because the Greek make this word Aleph, alpha, right? But my point is this: can we find the characters of the Creator's name? Yeah. So let's go over to the first character in this here. And this first character is called what? The Jod. Now, here's where we should have a problem with any of this, because the J, we know, isn't a Hebrew letter or a character, but they're going to tell you how to pronounce it in English, but they're still pronouncing it wrong, because coming off the Latin from the Greek, the J is supposed to hold the Y sound as a yod. So this should be Y-O-D for yod, not Jod. This is what throws a lot of us off when we are dealing with the name of the Creator. So you have the Jod or the Yod, and then we have what is known as the He, right? Talk about your King James Version, that the characters of the Father's name is in there. And then you go over to what is called the Wah with a V. And this is really why people get real confused with the YHVH, but V and the U in Greek or Greco-Roman has the same value, right? If you write the word Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S, or M-A-R-C-V-S, it's the same value, right? But we know that there is no V in what we know as the Hebraic language, what they call the Hebraic language, family. So technically, we seeing that this is, some people say it's a Wah, right? The W-A-W. I'm going to show you that in my book of YaHUah, which also is, an error. Hold on, fam. Let me show you, right? Okay, so here in my book of YaHUah, which is they have on the cover the book of Yahweh, but we know how to pronounce the name of the creator, so it's the book of YaHUaH, right? Because we know the W is very, very suspect, and it's not supposed to be, it's an English word. And in the English alphabet family, the W is technically a vowel with the U and the Y. Do your research on your own basic English language, right? So, but now we seeing, and here it says the W-A-W as the YHUH. But remember, it's YHUah because there is no W in the Hebrew language or the Hebrew or the Hebraic writing, or if you want to be technical, the Yiddish writing that people often tell me. That's Yiddish, right? But again, let me get my phone to focus in a little bit. So here's the he, and there's the paleo symbol for that. There's the paleo symbol for the YHUah, you know, and then we turn the page and we're looking at here's our Yod, right? In the King James Version, this Yod was Jod or Jod, J-O-Y. But here's how you pronounce this symbol, Yod, right? So we can find the Creator's name in Psalms 119th chapter with the 22 characters of the alphabet, you know what I'm saying? And then what I want to show is where people often like to take the shin. This is the only character with the W in the Hebraic language or paleo, whatever you want to call it. It's represented as pronouncing shin. The W character is pronounced shin. Hey, let me show you more evidence. So you don't say Yahweh or Yashin because you see the W character there, right? So let's go back to the King James Version, see the same thing in the King James Version. Hold on. Okay, so again, I'm back in my King James Version, right? How we know it's the King James Version? Because you can see the generic titles of the word Lord and all that crap, right? Which you're not supposed to be pronouncing when you call on the name of the Creator. You are not supposed to be pronouncing this stuff or speaking this stuff in reference of the Creator. But as I say, the W for the shin, see that's like a W in most cases, is usually it's open, but it's calligraphy writing, so to speak. And this character represents the shin sound, right? So the W in Yahweh, are we pronouncing it right according to if we use this character as the W, or if we go back and we use the characters of the Y, basically, right? Here's our Yod, and then they give us the Va, basically. So are we making sense of it, family? You know what I'm saying? But let's see something else. So here in my Zandorian Bible Pictorial Dictionary, here we are looking at these characteristics of the alphabet, right? And you can see how this is shown where this J can't be older than 10,000 years. It can't. It isn't. We know it's not. So it can't be pronounced Yod as they use it because the Creator first character is the symbol of the Yod with the Y, right? So we go all the way over it. Here's the modern day, what we call a modern day Hebrew. Look at the characters. You know what I'm saying? So there's no W as English other than looking down here at what this character looks like. And I got, people talk smack to me about, what are you talking about? The W is Shin. I'm saying you people using the character of the Shin character in the alphabet as a W, transferring over to saying, well, Hebrew got a W. There is no double U. It's two U's. It's a diphthong, family. So, hey, So hey, all I'm saying is we got to pay attention, family. We got to do our own research. You can't rely on this information in totality with these so-called scholars and these church guys with these PhDs that say, yeah, this is the right way, but yet still they're going to call on the Lord God. So the J, look it up for yourself. The J does not belong in the Hebraic alphabet, whether you call it modern day, what they call it again, Yiddish, right? Or you call it Hebrew, whatever you want to call it, you got to make sense of it, you know what I'm saying? Because the deception goes back too far, it's too long, and we ain't got enough time to keep playing around with defaming, Deuteronomy 5, verse 11, basically, or verse 7. Don't take the name of YaHUaH, the Creator, to bring it to nothing. You have to use His name. You got to call on His name. You have to pray in His name. You know what I'm saying? You have to make mention of the high priest, because the high priest is the one that's going to verify your prayer to the Father, which is YaHUshua, the high priest, because YaHUaH always had a priest between Him and His people. So, family, let's just make sure we do our very best to qualify the information and do your own research. And if you don't want to do it, then do you. Be yourself 1,000. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? I'm only here to help those who are wanting to help themselves in truth and righteousness to find their way to the kingdom of YaHUaH. So with that, family, thank you. I appreciate you. As always, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for the next upload. And tell someone about the channel. Love you. HalaluYAH in Yahushua's name. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, family.